What is going on, guys? We are back playing some more Surviving with Thermal expansion. Now today, guys, we are going to be messing around with the Arcane Ensorcellator. Now honestly, I don't know if you pronounce it Arcane Ensorcellator like I said, or Arcane Ensorcellator. I don't know. I'm just going to try to avoid saying the actual name of this machine as much as possible now that you all know what we're working with today. But it actually is a very cool machine, and it's going to save you a lot of trouble when you're trying to get the proper enchants. Now what this machine will do is it'll allow you to put the Essence of Knowledge in that we were getting last episode, and if you don't already, have a setup for getting that, I've got a simple one right here where we're using the centrifugal separator along with the creature encaptulator to basically separate mobs and get the experience from them, as well as getting the items. And fun little thing, Optifine, I updated it, it's now fixed, so we no longer have a chest issue. But as I was saying, we're going to be able to use this Essence of Knowledge by pretty much turning it into the exact enchant that we want. Unfortunately, it's only going to be the level 1 enchant, but obviously you can make a ton of those and get all the way up to level 5. So if you want to invest a little bit of time and resources, you can get the exact stuff that you want. Now before we actually jump into setting this up, I am going to sort of discuss what we're going to be using it on today. My armor is not good. There's much better armor that I could have right now, but because I don't fight things very often, I'm pretty much always in the house and stuff around me is lit up. Armor is not really a huge concern. Obviously, getting certain enchants might be nice, feather falling, stuff like that, but I'm mainly going to be enchanting my tools, and those are all the flux infused tools. So for now, without adding any other mods in, these are going to be the best tools that I have access to. And I did do a little bit of testing with these just to make sure everything worked, and putting efficiency on the pickaxe did in fact increase the speed at which it mined. I know that can be a little bit of an issue sometimes where you're able to enchant certain things, but it doesn't really affect them. Especially when you're sort of enchanting modded things that are already sort of upgraded versions. So obviously the flux infused pickaxe is already greater than a regular pickaxe. So you can in fact put enchants on these. They do work. And the biggest thing is it does not increase the power consumption. Obviously, you got to look at it on a per block basis, because if you're looking at it over time, yes, it's mining faster, so it'll use up more power. But per block, it does not differ if it's enchanted or not, which is really, really nice. So we're going to be putting efficiency on probably on the pickaxe, because that's what I use around the base. The hammer is just too destructive sometimes. That'll be the next one. But if you do a little math out, I believe you need 32 books to combine them all the way up from 1 to efficiency 5. So we're going to work on doing that today. I don't know if we'll have enough Essence of Knowledge. I may need to light up some more caves around here and add some more floors to the mob farm that we have going on out there. But for now, we can mess around with it at least a little bit, and maybe we'll get lucky. I don't think we're going to get 32, but we can at least fiddle around with it a bit. So we're going to pull out a bunch of stuff up here. Most of it's going to be used for crafting in the recipes. Obviously, you're not going to need 33 books for crafting, but we are going to need to make an enchantment table, which I have yet to do in this series. I actually really never make an enchanting table. There's never really a point in the Surviving With series, so it's actually interesting to make this one for once. And then we're just going to do our usual crafts in here. Everyone's pretty much the same. I wish I had just automated the crafting, especially for the machine frame. That is one that I should just automate the crafting for and be able to push a button over and over again and get it. Really not that expensive. I mean, the Constantin gears are kind of annoying to make, but other than that, it's pretty cheap. And there we go. We have the machine. Not going to name it the Arcane. I want to say it's Arcane Ensorcellator. Ensorcellator just sounds super weird. Ensorcellator, it's a weird name. All these machines have weird names now. But yeah, so we're going to grab this out. And then the only other thing we really need to make, and I don't know if we have all the stuff for it. I feel like we're 1 iron short, honestly. Yep, we're 1 iron short. Okay, well, we're just going to grab some out of here. I haven't messed around with that chest in a little bit of time, actually. It's nice now that we're done with the bug. So nice we can go back in our chests and everything. But we're going to make an anvil, because that's how we're going to be combining all the stuff, whether we're putting the enchant on the pickaxe itself or just combining the books. We're going to need an anvil, and that's really it. We are going to use some signalum-plated fluiducts, because you do need power for this machine. And then we're going to have some regular fluiducts for, any other needs we might have. So I know a lot of suggestions were made about how to sort of fiddle around with this setup, putting the chest in between these. I would if I expanded the room out one more, but I kind of want to have these running through the back just because I want to eventually be able to pull the items around the room and stuff, and it's just easier if I'm not sucking them out of a chest and whatnot. So the one thing is I need to figure out what we're doing with this, and the reason being is because I'd like to put this machine down over here. Let's just say, I mean, I could put it down right here, but I want to move it over one so that we have access to this, and because we're going to need to bring power to this anyway. So what I think we might actually do is, does this keep it? Does it store it? I forget. I think if we wrench this, it should keep what's in there. Yeah, so I think we're going to put this down up here, and then can you make this a double? I don't know if you can make it go in and out. That's the big problem I'm having. Because if we put it up here, then you could kind of connect it. Hey, we got some skeletons down here, it sounded like. You know what, we'll just do this. We'll put it back the way it was, and it'll get put in the side there, and then we'll go under it. Because we need to connect this to the power. That's the biggest issue. So I think what we're going to do is a super scuffed way of connecting this to the power, which will be like so. And then we're going to do just the signalum plated all the way over here. Super weird setup, honestly. But I want to try and line this wall right here with the stuff. Because I'd like to put, eventually I probably want to put mob drops on this wall and store them in a better way. But we'll do this, and then I want to run it through the bottom. So it's going to look a little weird, but this should now be getting power. And if we go to the configuration, we should be able to set it so that the internal tank is going to take in from the bottom. So, oh, does it not, can it not take it in from the bottom? We'll be able to tell if we look right here. Can it only accept it, or does it not matter? It might not matter. Let's try flipping this. Does it matter? No, okay, so it doesn't matter. It can take it in from any side, and you don't even need to have the input set there. Interesting. Well, we can put a cover on this. I'm going to have to put a lot of covers down here and put stone down there. Just because it looks kind of gross. It looks very gross at this point. I will fill this in right now. Yeah, so we're going to have to put a lot of covers down. And then we can just kind of fiddle around with these sides. We don't really need them to go to anything. It should still be able to go on the bottom there. Okay, so I think that's actually it. We only have 3,100 right now. But if we look at this, we have a couple different slots in here. So we can click to lock this slot. And I believe that should lock books so that only books can go in there. And that's because if we look at the recipes, you can see that it's going to require books in essentially all of these. Because it needs a book and then some other crafting reagent to make the actual enchant. And so some of them are obnoxious to get, you know, obviously rotten flesh, easy to get, nether quartz, and those are for certain ones. Pyrotheum dust, that's a pain to get the smelting. Bottle o enchanting to get insight. What does this one even do when using the item? Okay. But we can make bottle o enchanting. We're going to do that eventually. We can start putting stuff into bottles with the essence of knowledge. And you can see these take, you know, a fair bit to get. So it's going to take a while to get all the way up to efficiency 5. I'll pretty much just AFK on here. But if we go all the way to the end, I believe efficiency is like one of the last ones. Is it on this page? We can get silk touch. That's pretty nice. Where's efficiency? I was looking for it and I couldn't find it. It took so long. Okay, here it is. So it's redstone. So one of the more useful enchants only takes redstone. I hope you guys can't hear that, by the way. I tried putting my phone in my pocket, but it's vibrating very loud right now. But yeah, so we're going to need a book and redstone, and that gets you level 1 efficiency. And it only takes 500, so, you know, we're able to make a couple today. So we'll put the redstone in there. Now, the machine is, it's not really super fast, but you're not going to be making a ton of these. Something to keep in mind, though, and I don't think do they stack? Can it keep going? Or do you actually, no, okay. Enchanting books, I haven't used enchanting books in so long. They don't stack. So honestly, our best bet would probably be to get a chest and have it auto output these to the side. Do I have a random chest in here somewhere? Yeah. I haven't really fiddled with those chests in a while. That was all the stuff that was outside got moved inside, and that would be these chests right here. So we're going to have it output that there so that it can keep running. And then we'll put the anvil down. Do I want to put it on top of there? No, we'll put it down over there. So if we want to grab, you know, 2 of these, we can throw them in here, and then we can combine them to make efficiency 2. And obviously, if you want to do that, you can just do it like 2 raised to the something. If you want to do, you know, 2 raised to like the 5, I believe is the math you would do to get that. So here we should be able to make the enchanting, or the efficiency 3. and burning through some XP, but not really a huge deal. I know it's obviously not ideal to be doing it at a very high level, but I'll worry about that some other time. And as you can see, we've now run out, so we were able to make our way up to efficiency 3, and then we could make another efficiency 2. But we're a little bit far away from getting to efficiency 5, so I'm going to wait to actually put this on a weapon, I guess a tool, until we get there. I'm not going to just slap it on there now, but I wanted to show you guys how you could go about combining it if, like me, you haven't really messed around with enchanting in a very, very long time. But then you would just grab your tool, grab whatever enchanted book you want, throw it in here, and treat it the same way. And you can pull out your fresh, new, fun tool. So I think this is actually a really cool setup. If you've got a really efficient mob farm, then you can pretty much load every level 5 enchant that you possibly want onto whatever piece of gear or weapon, and pretty much anything you want. And I will see how efficient we can get that mob farm. I have to do a lot more mining because there's a lot of the guys are just spawning in caves that I have not lit up around us. So a couple of more mining trips would help out a lot with that if I actually go caving and don't just do branch mining. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. I know it's a little bit of a shorter video. One thing I did want to update you on really fast just at the end of the video is a lot of people asked, and it was funny because I'd done a fair bit of Buildcraft episodes and kind of skimped out on thermal expansion before last episode, and one of the comments I got was very early on, and it was upvoted, was where's Buildcraft? And so if you're watching this now, Buildcraft does not have a ton of content in it right now. I was very disappointed when I heard that the robots, which is a huge, huge chunk of the automation that can be done in Buildcraft, they're not actually in there yet. They haven't been ported and updated yet, so those are going to be the longest part. And what I'm trying to do is space out the content in Buildcraft, so we're not doing, a huge hiatus, maybe, a week here and there between episodes. Obviously, I don't upload super frequently right now with work and everything. It's got me stressed out and busy and whatnot, but I don't want to have huge breaks between episodes where we've got like 7 thermal expansions in a row just because we're waiting on this update for Buildcraft. So what I'm trying to do is space it out, maybe do like 2-3 thermal expansions, then a Buildcraft, and keep you guys interested in it while the mod gets updated. I really did not know when we went into it that it was not fully updated. I was a little disappointed, and there's honestly not a ton for us to do. We can do some fuel refining and stuff, I believe, but honestly, the mod is really all based around robots. So until those are in there and we can automate them, we're going to be finishing up the thermal expansion series, and that's probably what you guys should be, looking for on the horizon. I apologize. I know the thermal expansion hype is kind of dying out. We're not doing the main machines anymore, but we're closing in on being done with it. So I appreciate you guys for sticking with me through summer break and through finishing up thermal expansion. We should be done by, I want to say, like episode 20. And yeah, then we can fully devote ourselves to Buildcraft or start another mod alongside it if we're still waiting for Buildcraft to sort of get updated. So yeah, just a couple things to keep in mind. Just want to keep you guys up to date on what's going on with my life, with the YouTube channel, and all that good stuff, because it was a shorter episode today. But that's enough rambling from me. I will let you guys go and do whatever you got to do. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.
Standing in a glass bowl at the end of a black hole, cold, lost and upside down. Faces swirling past me, all my memories rolling vastly.